Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Yes, ma'am. Sure. Namika is actually in the waiting.
Ma'am, Renuka ma'am is joining. Ma'am, Renuka ma'am is joining. Ma'am, Renuka ma'am has joined.
Namaste, ma'am. Namaste. Namaste, Renuka.
And namaste, Girija.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste, Kalyan.
Namaste.
Namaste, all.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste.
Ma'am, this intro video will be stopped for just a second.
Srimati Renuka N. Menon, our education officer, has joined us. Namaste, ma'am.
Ma'am, Ramakuti sir is also joining.
Okay. Meera, take care of Anamika because
Ma'am, she is already there in the waiting room.
Okay.
She's already.
That's fine. We'll be able to start on time.
Sure. Catherine, Advocate Sarita Chingat ma'am is also here.
Anamika is also.
Namaste, Sarita. Namaste. Namaste, Sarita.
Ma'am, Chief
Sarita
Guest is also.
Chingat, our PTA president, has joined us. Namaste, ma'am.
Ma'am, Chief Guest has also joined us.
Chief guest has also joined.
Our
Namaste,
chief guest,
Anamika. Namaste, Anamika.
our chief guest, Miss Anamika Madhuraj is with us. Namaste, ma'am.
Hi.
Namaste, Namika. Namaste.
Namaste, Namaste, Anamika.
Ma'am, Ramakuti sir has also joined.
Okay. Namaste, sir. Namaste.
I'm extremely happy to welcome Shri E. Raman Kutti, our director. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste.
Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Everyone join Jira.
Yes, sir. Join.
Okay.
Join
Okay.
Our chief guest has already joined.
Okay.
We'll start at 9, sharp 9.
Everyone wanna join Jira. Start here.
Pinne. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
That's automatic. Okay.
We'll begin the inaugural ceremony soon. welcome to the 26th edition of Magnum Opus 2021. We'll begin the inaugural ceremony soon.
Ma'am, Chairman is joining us, ma'am. Ma'am, Chairman has joined us, ma'am.
Namaste, sir. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, ma'am. Namaste, ma'am. Okay.
Shri Venugopal Sigun,
Namaste.
Chairman, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Kochi Kendra, has joined us. Namaste, sir.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste, sir. Shall we begin, sir? Shall we begin?
Please do, please do, please do.
Okay. Catherine, please take over.
Namaste. Warm welcome to the 26th edition of Magnum Opus 2021.
Today, the stage has been set for Magnum Opus Model United Nations 2021, the 26th Magnum Opus of Bhavan's Vidya Mandir, Girinagar. Let us begin the program by seeking the blessings of Almighty.
उदयकिरणप्रभावितम् सकलप्राणप्रचोदकम् अखिलभुवनप्रदीपकम् नमामि सुरजनवन्दितम् हृदय पद्मप्रकाशिनी सततमङ्गलदायिनी आर्षसंस्कृतिवाहिनी नमामि ज्ञानप्रदायिनी वितरति लोके प्रतिभा नवभावना प्रकाशिनी मधुरां संस्कृतवाणी नमामि सुरजनवन्दिता नमामि सुरजनवन्दिता लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु
Please unmute your mic.
I apologize. Now brace yourself for a high-octane dose of entertainment. Now, we have a dance performance by the students of grade 11.
Okay, are you? Are you?
Thank you.
That was an amazing performance. I invite Sri Nivedit Nandakumar, the Secretary General, Magnum Opus 2021, to formally welcome the gathering.
The secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Namaste to everyone present here. The United Nations is an organization that needs no introduction. The organization and its leaders have worked tirelessly to address predominant concerns of the world. And for this very reason, we need to mold the student leaders of today into remarkably capable world leaders who can take up this responsibility and relentlessly strive to achieve sustainable progress. Model United Nations is an opportunity for every aspiring leader to rise up and face challenges. It tests one's leadership skills and hones the qualities that are essential for a change maker. We, the entire Bhavan's Girinagar fraternity, feel thrilled to welcome each of you who chose to seize this opportunity and take action to the 26th edition of Magnum Opus Model United Nations 2021. Today, we have Ms. Anamika Madraj, an alumna of our school, who is currently a public policy student at Harvard as our chief guest. She has previously localized SDGs, handled capacity development projects for UN Habitat in Kenya, and formulated policies for Colombia's Ministry of Education. Last year, she was nominated as UNESCO's Youth Leader for Global Citizenship Education. She is also engaged in climate change and youth empowerment advocacy initiatives with various international forums and summits. Presently, she is involved with the Executive Office of the UN Secretary General, monitoring human rights situations and security trends in sites of conflicts and emergencies. Prior to Harvard, Ms. Anamika majored in political science and secured her undergraduate degree from King's College London and the National University of Singapore. We are indeed honored to have you with us today. On behalf of everyone present here, I wholeheartedly welcome you to this event. We are fortunate to have the presence of C.A. Venugopal C. Govind, Honorable Chairman, Vidya Bhavan Kochi Kendra, an inspiring personality whose unwavering support and guidance we are extremely grateful for. Sir, I extend a hearty welcome to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are indeed honored to have with us our most respected director, Sri E. Ramankuti, whose sage counsel and guidance encourage us to take confident steps in all our endeavors. I welcome you, sir. I would also like to take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to Srimati Renuka N. Menon, Education Officer, Shikshan Bharati, whose consistent goodwill and appreciation have strengthened our resolve to work with zeal and enthusiasm at all times. I accord a warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
It is my honor to welcome Srimati Meena Vishwanathan, Academic Consultant and Education Officer, Srimati Sukumari Menon, Education Officer, and Srimati Jaya Jacob, Coordinator, Research Wing, Vidya Bhavan, to this solemn function. It is my pleasure to welcome Ms. Jayasri Suresh, Teacher in Charge, KG. I would also like to welcome our PTA President, Advocate Sarita Chunkat, and other members of the PTA who have always worked hand in hand, supporting us in all our school activities. I deem it a great honor and privilege to welcome the tower of strength and the backbone of our institution, our principal, Ms. Girija T.S., without whom Magnum Opus Model United Nations 2021 would have never seen light. I extend a warm welcome to you, ma'am. The educator who paves the way for students to reach their maximum potential by being the beam of wisdom and constant support. None other than our Vice Principal, Ms. Kalyani Srikumar. I welcome you, ma'am, to this event. For the two-day Model UN Conference, we have some incredibly experienced, talented, and versatile directors who will be moderating committee sessions and streamlining the flow of debate. What's more, some of them are our school's alumni as well. I cordially welcome the directors of the Historical Security Council, Ms. Manaswini Manoj and Ms. Kavya Iyer, the director of the Disarmament and International Security Committee, Mr. Farah Said, and the Director of the International Labour Organization, Mr. Gautam Lakshman Arun, and all the assistant directors to this event. From the bottom of my heart, I extend a warm welcome to the principals, vice principals, teachers, and participants from various schools. I delightfully welcome the staff and students of the host school, Bhavan Vidya Mandir Girinagar, to this solemn function. I would like to conclude by quoting John Maxwell. Leaders become great, not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. Let's MUN, let's lead the change. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidya. Life brings tears, smiles, and memories. The tears dry, smile fades, but the memory lasts forever.
Let us take a look at the past 25 years of Magnum Opus of Bhavan Vidya Mandir Girinagar.
The splendid journey continues, and here we are at the much-awaited Magnum Opus Model United Nations 2021. I, Catherine Vinod Katukaran,
and I, Nayangiri, are the hosts for this prestigious event, all set to steer you forward into a day that promises a plethora of deliberations, debates, and tons of excitement.
It's my pleasure to invite C. Venugopal C. Govind, our chairman, to deliver the presidential address. Sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Namaste and a bright morning to every one of you. Good day too. So very delighted to be with you all on an excellent morning like this. What a pleasure to see that our Girinagar Vidyalaya has been continuously hosting this Model United Nations program for over the last 25 years. Madam Principal Girija, Vice Principal Madam Kalyani, our distinguished director, Sri Ramanguti, Chief Guest of the Day, our dear alumnus, Anamika, all the bright youngsters who are behind this beautiful event. Namaste once again to each and every one of you. I'm sure this program of Model United Nations has been hugely successful and satisfying to everyone who would have participated, joined in this, joined in the deliberations, and also contributed to its success year after year. The most significant aspect of Model United Nations program is that you are trying to become, in one way or the other, in a representative capacity, though as part of the world's greatest movement. Undoubtedly, there can't be a parallel to what is United Nations. It is another story that the UN has not, become successful to the extent one would have thought of. But still, UN has made its indelible imprint in reaching out to all the problems in all parts of the world, combining and involving every heads of society of all the great nations. Today, right now, our Prime Minister Modi is in New York, and he is going to address the General Assembly on the 25th, that is tomorrow. And several heads of states are also assembled tomorrow for the GN Assembly. That is the importance, you see, one gives even during the pandemic period to what UN is. So to get to know what it is and to have a feel about it and to grow in that background is a huge challenge and a great opportunity for all the young ones. Undoubtedly, no doubt about that. It is another story that despite the fact that we have United Nations and we have Security Councils and we have got nearly 30, 40 institutions working under UN, we have problems of all dimensions and all ramifications all over the world. Right now, we see in Afghanistan, we see in Yemen, we see in Haiti, we see in Syria, we see in Ukraine, conflicts, unending conflicts. And some problems we see that they are not nearing solution at all. Even our own Kashmir, we took it voluntarily to the United Nations Security Council during Panditji's time. And we thought there could be an easy and a workable solution. But sometimes the solutions that come up are not palatable to many nations, as is our case. They go in a different tangent and many interests conflict. And we are not able to achieve the kind of success that we would like to have. But nevertheless, involving in a fora like this and to try to bring all conflicting views together and try to achieve some measure of success is largely important. If the balance remains in the world in terms of security, in terms of climate change, or in terms of any aspect of carbon emission, and you think of emerging problems, even pandemic, for example, COVID, and all that, the United Nations is working very hard and working with WHO to find a solution for that. Has to be brought under control. In some nations like United States, most advanced nation, 6.50 lakhs people have died. In our own nation, 4.50 lakhs people have died because of one pandemic which you are not able to get over. So therefore, nations joining together and working together means a lot of difference. That being so, significance of the event, what does it mean to the young growing ones like you, those who are in schools, those who are in colleges and all that? Model United Nations programs have been a continuing experience and experiment all over the globe. You find in every advanced universities even, MUN is given so much of importance. You have it as you've seen in Harvard, in Boston you have it, you have in Ithaca, Cornell in Ithaca, upstate New York, you have it. Down south in Pennsylvania, in Wharton, you have it. In Pittsburgh, Carnegie Mellon, you have it. In Stanford, California, you have it. All over the world. In Innsbruck, France, you have it. In Oxford, you have it. In Cambridge, London, you have it. All these large universities, globally large universities, are giving such a lot of importance to Model United Nations. The idea is several things. One, to inculcate the spirit of leadership in the children, to achieve an integrated development of the mind and the intellect in the children, and develop the ability to think largely in a global horizon and bring out the very best in each one of them, are ideas, and to learn to represent one's own nation's viewpoint and put them along very effectively. And then also to remain up to date in what is happening around the world. And more importantly, to grow internally, innately, intrinsically, individuals to grow and reach up to that global stage, achieve that global stage of excellence. This is what, programs like Model United Nations will give to each one of you. Now, if you look at, look at the case of Anamika itself, an alumnus from our institution, where she has reached such great heights. Probably we would like to look at how each one of you, little ones who participate in programs like this, Model United Nations at this stage, how do we end up later in the career? A data has to be prepared. It will be very useful for the next MUN programs to bring out, showcase the achievements of those, who have been hugely successful later on in the life, after having groomed and trained and shaped and developed the school stage and the college stage through Model United Nations programs and all that. Most importantly, you see, if you want to civic leadership, for example, if you want to be in the international foreign service, Indian foreign service, international foreign service through various world bodies, it is an opening for you. It is not IFS only for you. You can be in any organizations, United Nations. You can be in the Organization of Economic Cooperation Development Countries, the OECD. You can be there. You can be in World Health Organization. There are at least 117 international organizations globally working. In all these international organizations, those who have experiences of this kind will help them to get into that. You will think globally, you think internationally, and you will reach at that level. You take a person like Venu Rajamani, for example, he told me once that he was involving in, Model United Nations programs at several stages of his career. And today he retired as the ambassador for Netherlands in India, and he is taking up much higher positions later. And he has not stopped. He's only 60 plus now, maybe another 15, 20 years. We do not know what heights he might reach. And person like Shashi Tharoor became our own person, from Kerala. He became Under Secretary General of United Nations in a margin of 2 votes. He lost even the Secretary General's post. So these are the heights that one could achieve at the global level, international level. And apart from that, once your knowledge base increases, once your ability to look through the window of the world expands, you see, once you have the universal outlook instilled in you, what you cannot achieve. No, there is nothing, absolutely nothing which an youngster cannot achieve. So therefore, programs like this has to be viewed, very, very seriously and with the considerable amount of significance that it derives. I'm so very happy and delighted that our Girinagar Vidyalaya has been a training ground continuously for the last 25 years. What a pleasure to see when you take us through the last 25 years down the memory line. What a great pleasure to see many, many, many important persons, both in the teachers. I am so delighted to see many of our old teachers, old principals, and old people in management, and very many distinct personalities, very outstanding personalities also participating and contributing to the success of our MUN program. I have no doubt about it. Just looking at the way how you have structured today's program, 3 important discussions on the history of Security Council, on disarmament, on international labor aspects, ILO, and all these are very, very effective concurrent issues which have to be dealt with. They are burning issues at the national or international levels. So young little ones like you to get a feel of what all this all about, and through 3 different sessions is going to be hugely beneficial to you. I wish all the very best to the Secretary General, to the directors of all the programs and all that. Have a very satisfying experience and take it very seriously. Imagine for once that you are in the United Nations itself. You are participating in the Security Council. You are participating in the ILO Council. Feel that you are there. As long as you are there, never feel that you are a school student or anything like that. You feel you are a representative right there. Assume that significant importance and learn to articulate the way they used to. You must have watched many such programs, how they involve, how they listen to, how they participate, how they contribute to the deliberations, how they draft the resolutions, which is very important. It improves your drafting skills considerably. How they, instantly answer questions, how they question the other, how intelligently without hurting the other, how diplomacy comes into play, how you need to be diplomatic. You have to put your view across very effectively, your viewpoints, but at the same time, you can't hurt the other individual. That is most important in you and anywhere. You are not to undermine or ridicule or defame any nation or anyone for that matter, keeping their dignity of each one's viewpoint, respecting each one's point, how diplomatically to take them to our viewpoint and bring the whole council to think that we are right and not he is, because of the logic that you have, the factual support that you have given, which can be seen as you present facts as they are. Your ability to bring it out, express, articulate, impress, all these make a huge lot of difference in your presentation skill, your thinking capacity, and it completely transforms you as a human being, no doubt about that. It is so very significant. Therefore, children, I congratulate each one of you who are going to participate in this program and wish you all a hugely successful, satisfying experience. And I would also like to see each one of you scale much, much greater heights. Take your talents to the highest pinnacle, zenith, where you can reach, and let it culminate in your fructifying into a beautiful, outstanding career, rewarding career for all of you, both in your own professions and in your life too. God be with you. Thank you very much. And even as I close, I heartily congratulate Madam Girija Principal, Madam Kalyani Vice Principal, and all the teachers who have taken to initiate the initiative to organize a program of this dimension from the bottom of my heart. All my good wishes to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those valuable words. It's my pleasure to invite Shri E. Ramagutti, Director, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan Kochi Kendra, to address the gathering.
Namaste, namaste to all of you. Honorable Chairman, C.A. Venugopaal Govind, our distinguished Chief Guest, Ms. Anamika Madhuraj, alumnus of Bhavan Vidya Mandir Girinagar, Madam Renuga Menon, respected Principal, Vice Principal, respected PTA President Advocate Sarita Chungat, Nivedit, Catherine, Niharika, participating students, esteemed teachers, invited guests, pranams. Let me first of all accord a very humble pranam to our chairman for his inspiring address, very inspiring and illustrious address, which gave me a feel that we are right in the assembly itself, UN assembly itself. Now, such MUN programs have been raised, hosted by the schools, various Bhavan schools from time and again, which has given an exposure to our children on international matters. They have chosen a very good theme this year for the Magnum Opus. I remember vividly when my son was a student of Bhavan's Vidya Mandir Girinagar, maybe 25 years back. Maybe you have started the Magnum Opus perhaps during that time. He was very active. When he was in class 11 and class 12, he was very active in the program, and the school has maintained that high standard of celebration for the Magnum Opus right through, from the beginning, from the inception till today. They have grown up in quality and standard. The students have done extremely fine work in minutely planning and organizing such a wonderful program. Of course, the teachers may be giving you advice and all that, but you have done a wonderful job. This is exactly what we want from all of you, because you are developing an organization skill as you are reaching your final years of your schooling. This is very important. When you are going out of the school, you should be fully equipped to organize a program on your own, taking the correct decisions, planning minutely, keeping all the timeline, and programs like MUN, where you are dealing with international issues, global issues, and children, representing various countries of global issues, and that gives you global exposure. That is very, very important. And our students, I know very well our students, because I have been attending many of your programs. Not only Magnum Opus, all the schools, all the programs I have been attending, right from annual day, merit evening, your Magnum Opus, and any other thing. Chairman and myself, we are always there with you. So we know the quality of the program, the way you organize, the way you conduct, That is very, very important because that is adding value to your own personality, and that will definitely stand by you as you go out. This is all going to integrate in you as an individual. All the qualities you are imbibing today through various programs, along with your curriculum, this is all going to be with you. It is integrated in you, in your personality. So this is reflect as and when you need it. So that is very important. Every program gives you some additional value. And this program of this dimension, this magnitude, certainly will add a lot of value to all the students, not only the students who are participating, those who listen, because I am not participating directly except the initial inaugural program. But when I hear the chairman, when I heard the welcome address, or when I saw that curtain raiser, that video, it gives you a lot of ideas, a lot of, happiness. It's so pleasant. That is very important. Every celebration is a lesson to learn. It is not a celebration alone. It is also adding value, educational value into you. So I don't want to extend my address. After hearing the chairman, I think there is nothing to add. He is a compendium of so many things. He has given you, it is an encyclopedia. I think our illustrious guest, Madam Anamika Mazharaj, also will be giving you a lot of inputs into this. She I wish you all the best, all the participants, the school, the principal, the teachers for organizing the wonderful program. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those motivational words. With much enthusiasm, here we present a member of our beloved chief guest, Ms. Anamika Mazharaj.
Hi, dear students, teachers, esteemed dignitaries in the room, and dear future diplomats and negotiators in the room. Good morning and namaste. Let me begin by thanking my alma mater, Bhavan Girinagar, and Principal Srimati Girija ma'am for inviting me and for bestowing on me this incredible opportunity to join this event and to speak with passionate students such as yourselves. And thank you, respected Chairman Sir and Director Sir, for your truly enlightening and inspiring words. I don't know how to follow up after those incredible, opening speeches. It's truly exciting to be here and to see so many familiar faces. I'm compelled in some sense to reminisce about my own experience as a student at BBMG at one such Magnum Opus some years ago. Things were quite different back then. We didn't have a global pandemic or the acute fear of climate change at our very doorsteps. And I'll admit, I knew very little about our world. I took many things for granted, having access to quality education or health services or electricity or even the internet. I took the fact that I lived in a safe region at a peaceful time and got to have a pleasant childhood in an unbroken family for granted. I exercised my human rights every single day without understanding where it came from. I knew nothing about the history and the courage of so many individuals and institutions who crossed lands, borders, and oceans to go to Paris in 1948 to adopt the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, a declaration that came after several rounds of negotiations with many, many stakeholders with different priorities and their own calibrations of their futures. Yet the outcome was this boundlessly idealistic foundational text that very explicitly transcended cultures, religions, legal systems, and even political ideologies of that time. And I think the history of human progress can really be boiled down to certain key episodes and moments of negotiations and diplomacy, or even lack thereof. The conversations that failed threw us into world wars, took us to the brink of nuclear existential threat. But there are conversations where people from different aisles were able to look beyond their immediate circumstances, make connections and partnerships with allies from unlikely corners of this world. on the ground of common aspirations. And that's what I believe you will be doing in the next 2 days. You will place yourselves in the shoes of diplomats with different agendas. You'll be challenged to think about global issues from the perspective of other countries as you deliberate and try to build consensus around issues that are at the very forefront of the UN policy debate today. Through public speaking, critical thinking, and in-depth research, not only are you enriching your global affairs knowledge, but I hope you'll also be able to think with cognitive empathy, which I think is truly necessary for a more understanding and a more tolerant world. Yes, this might be a simulation of the UN, but as you engage, try to be self-reflective and critical of your own participation. Who are you speaking for, and what are your agendas? What are the asymmetric power relations that are sometimes infused within some of these structures? And above all, what are the challenges and changes that we still need to confront? These are the questions that I think will continue to dictate where the pendulum of our collective history will oscillate between peace and conflict, between justice and injustice, between mere ideals and real progress, real tangible progress. And your thoughts, ideas, and actions will carry weight, not only in this MUN, but also as you step out in the world as engaged global citizens. We're in the process of inheriting a world that is, with myriad complexities and challenges. And to take ownership for that future is to realize that we have a very, very strong mandate, not one that is given to us by any state or any institution, but one that is entrusted to us really by a generation that is yet to come. And it's our responsibility to represent them, and it's our privilege to represent them and to guarantee that they're born into a better world. And here at Harvard, one of the research projects that I'm handling this year is actually about revitalizing the UN General Assembly. And it's very, very easy to find problems. These are problems that are often talked about. Lack of this institution's efficacy when it comes to de-escalating existing conflicts, abuse of power by certain nations, misappropriation of lots of resources, and the truly, truly numbing bureaucracy. And after 76 years and trillions of dollars later, it's natural to be enraged about these things and to demand change. But there are also many avenues for hope that we have to cling on to. There is a very common saying that I've heard now from many UN officials, which I think holds some truth. It's that the UN wasn't created to take mankind into paradise, but rather to save humanity from hell. And we can't deny the progress that this institution has made in the fields of education, food security, and health that has improved the lives of so many millions of people around this world. This summer, I got the opportunity to work with the Executive Office of the UN Secretary General in New York, contributing to the policy work of the office. And I got to engage with some of the most pressing issues in the realm of international politics: human rights violations in conflict zones, peace building, and non-proliferation. Despite the many challenges faced by the institution, I think one of my key takeaways was that the UN remains the primary avenue for collective action to maintain global peace, cooperation, and security. And my time with the institution has truly only renewed my conviction of its inevitability in our future and strengthened my commitment to continue supporting this institution, and more importantly, the UN Charter and the ideals enshrined in it. I want to conclude by invoking a statement by Marcel Proust, and it goes like this: the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeing new lands, but in seeing with new eyes. As your journey takes you forward, I hope that you see that we are all shaped by similar problems and promises, instead of failing into unhelpful binaries of us and them. Born under the same sun, fighting the same things, and yearning for a better world. I think our stories are a lot more similar than we often care to admit or think. And I hope each one of you will continue to forge this epic called the UN that we've been writing since 1945, an ongoing collective masterpiece of our humanity, and in some sense, our very own unfinished magnum opus. And with that, it is truly my privilege to declare this magnum opus, Model United Nations 2021, open. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, for your
Thank you very
delightful
much.
And now, let's see a trailer for what the event will be.
The youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow.
Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role. It's always about the goal.
Model United Nations gives you the opportunity to lead a program and develop universally acceptable drafts of the proposals for existing global issues.
All individuals who participate in Model United Nations are leaders themselves. They evolve into people who inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more. Leadership is an art without any boundaries. Let's MUN. Let's lead the change. May I request Srimati Renika N. Menon, Education Officer, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Kochi Kendra, to offer felicitation.
Namaste. Esteemed Chairman, C.A. Venugopal Sigovan, respected Director, Sri Ramankutti, Chief Guest of the Day, Ms. Anamika Madhuraj, Principal Srimati Girija, Vice Principal Srimati Kalyani, Advocate Sarita Chungat, President PTA, C. Nivedit Nandakumar, Niharika Verma, delegates of the Model United Nations, teachers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm immensely delighted to be present for the inaugural ceremony of Magnum Opus Model United Nations 2021. I'm told that more than 15 schools are participating pan-India in this online MUN conference, where student leaders meet to deliberate and resolve concerns of the world. This will see the simulation of an actual United Nations conference, wherein students are tasked with solutions to resolve three main issues, namely Six-Day War of 1967, to review the impact of COVID-19 on labor markets and havoc created by modern warfare. I feel the most pressing one is the cyber warfare. I'm sure all of you would have researched, read, and prepared on the tasks allotted. Debate on your ideas and bring out the practical solutions with confidence. Delegates, sky is limitless for those who believe in themselves. Wishing you all the very best. Chief Guest Ms. Anamika Madhuraj's address should be an inspiration to each one of you to emulate. Anamika, I'm really proud of you. Reading about you, watching your videos, I've become your admirer. Congratulations to Class 11 students for organizing this event in the virtual platform. The organizational skills learned, like minute planning, documentation, time management, collaboration with friends, your leadership skills, these are the lessons learned for life. I appreciate and congratulate the students for the excellent dance performance today. Well done, students, keep it up. I thank Principal Srimati Girija for inviting me for this function. I felicitate the school and wishing all the best for smooth conduct of this function. Hope all delegates have a fruitful, plentiful, and wonderful experience. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. Let me now invite Advocate Sarita Chungat, our PTA President, to speak a few words.
Namaste, Honorable Chairman, respected Director, distinguished Chief Guest Ms. Anamika, respected educational officers, beloved Principal and Vice Principal, teachers, and all the students who have gathered here. Earth is one country and mankind its citizen is the new ideology that's being put forth. And now we are all trained to be the global citizens. We scan the world to see what is new, what strategies are adopted by the foreign countries. At this juncture, I would like all the manners to look into something that belongs to our country, the Arthashastra by Chanakya, the minister of King Chandragupta Maurya. It's an encyclopedia of statecraft, economic policy, and military strategy, and that's a referencer to many of the foreign universities on the subjects. So Manas is a good read, and that will definitely help you sharpen your money skills and strategic planning. It has never gone outdated. When Chanakya or Kautilya mentions the king, here it has become the leader, but the concepts remains the same. And also, let's think of the Kurukshetra war. Arjuna and Duryodhana went to Dwaraga to meet Lord Krishna. They wanted to make allies for the war. So, the Lord Krishna offered him on one side and his battalion of army on the other side. and the fact remains that Krishna would be unarmed. But Arjuna displayed the wisdom to choose the unarmed Lord Krishna because he knew he was a more powerful, supreme power and the strategist who perhaps would be able to give him the great Gita Upadesha. So, these are all lessons that we have in India and we can take it globally. A greatest leader is the one who knows the path, goes that path, and he shows the path. Manas, you should be able to translate your visions into reality. And let's hope we will have more of Shashi Tharoors with these programs coming up. I appreciate the efforts taken by the students, staff, teachers, and management of Bhavan's Girinagar. And also, I wish all the very best to everyone to make this Magnum Opus a classic Magnum Opus. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your encouraging words. No work is complete without a word of gratitude. Let me call upon Niharika Verma, Under Secretary General, Magnum Opus 2021, to propose the vote of thanks.
Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more we express gratitude for what we have, the more likely we will have even more to express gratitude for. Namaste to one and all present here. I feel honored and privileged to deliver the vote of thanks on this splendid occasion. On behalf of Bhavan's Vidya Mandir, Girinagar, I would like to extend our wholehearted gratitude to our chief guest, Ms. Anamika Madhuraj, for adding luster to the occasion with her dazzling presence. Thank you, ma'am. I deem it my privilege to convey our heartiest gratitude to our Honorable Chairman, C.A. Venugopal C. Govind, for his unwavering support and for stirring our passion and enthusiasm with his encouraging words to strive for excellence. Thank you, sir. I would like to express our earnest gratitude to our director, Sri E. Ramankutti, for imparting his wisdom and galvanizing us to flourish in all our diligences. Thank you, sir. I wish to convey our cordial thanks to Srimati Renika N. Menon, Education Officer, Shikshan Bharati, for ennobling the event with her presence. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I wish to extend our sincere gratitude to the PTA President, Advocate Sarita Chunkat, for bolstering this event. Special thanks are due to the fulcrums of this phenomenal event, Principal Girija ma'am and Vice Principal Kalyani ma'am, for playing a constructive role in the organization of Magnum Opus 2021. Thank you, ma'am. Teamwork is the fuel that allows common people to achieve uncommon goals. I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to all our beloved teachers and the rest of the faculty for their indispensable contribution in bringing out the best in us to organize this event. I would also like to thank all partaking schools for their zealous cooperation. We are delighted to have a pool of zestful participants brimming with potential for Magnum Opus Model UN 2021. We certainly hope that this platform affords you the valuable takeaways that we designed it to confer. A shout out to all my fellow batchmates for toiling behind the scenes to make Magnum Opus Model UN 2021 possible. Once again, I take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for your valuable presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Niharika. Now, I humbly request all of you to turn on your cameras for a quick photo session. Thank you. You may now turn off your cameras and rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधितरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you,
Good
Anamika.
luck. We wish good luck to
Okay,
all
ma'am,
the
good program,
participants.
well organized, well organized.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations
Thank
to
you
all of
very
you.
much. Thank you, sir.
Very well
Thank
done,
you
ma'am.
very much.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Let
Thank
the
you
whole
very
2
much.
days program go beautifully and hugely successfully. God bless.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you.
All participants are requested to join their respective meetings before 10:30. I repeat, all participants are requested to join their respective meetings before 10:30. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anamika. Thank you so
Anamika.
much. You spoke so
Thank you,
well.
ma'am. Oh, thank you.
Anamika.
Really
It
my
was an
honor to
inspiration
be
for
here.
all of us, and thank you for sparing your valuable time.
No, ma'am. Thank you. It's
We'll
it's
keep in
truly
touch
like
with you. Okay, we'll keep in touch.
absolutely, absolutely. It's
Thank you
it's
so much.
really my privilege. I'm so glad that I was able to
Thank you.
join.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye.
All the best with the event.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Girija. Thank you, Girija.
Thank you,
Kalyani.
Renuka ma'am. Thank you so
Yeah, thank
much.
you, all teachers.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarita.
Well done.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye
Thank
then.
you. Bye bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sarita.
Thank you, Sarita.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mamas, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. You're not audible, miss. You're not audible.
Unmute. Ma'am, you can unmute.
Yes.
Thank you, Jayashree ma'am. Thank you for joining, Jayashree ma'am.
Jayashree ma'am, thank you so
Namas-
much.
Namaste,
Thank you.
namaste, namaste, ma'am. I was in unmute. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. It was an amazing program.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all your motivation.
And all the
Really
best.
happy to see you once again. After 2 days.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye bye. The mamas has left.
No, she's here. Ma'am is here. Ma'am is here. There is some problem with the audio. That's fine. I think ma'am is
Niharika,
waving at us.
Nivedit, Nayangiri and Catherine, all of you did your part very well. Excellent, children. Excellent. It was
Yes,
wonderful.
Excellent.
Thank you, ma'am.
It was wonderful.
All the speakers,
All of you did your part. And all the best to all the schools also. Are we going to end this meeting, Sarita, and then?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, I think-
Shall I end the meeting, ma'am?
Carry on.
Yes. Yes. Meera and class teachers, all class teachers, tech team, thank you. Thank you very much.
Ma'am, shall we just have a photo session, ma'am? I think all the teachers did not on their cameras. So can we have?
Yes, we'll have one. Yes. I think 9 was a little bit hurried to just finish it off. Probably he was also slightly
I
tense.
wasn't sure how long to
9,
wait.
I think, just after 2 minutes, you said, yeah, okay. That could be
We'll need time to move the.
Yes, we need time because 796, participants are there, 700,000. How much? So we need time. That's it. But initially we had some technical issue, but later.
everybody
Even
could enable their
Anamika's
cameras.
thing, before she spoke, we had to, share the screen, or darling. But it was okay.
If everybody could enable the camera, we could quickly take a photo.
Teachers, can we please?
I think many have left. Only we have one.
Thank you, teachers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, everyone.
All the best to all the teachers also, because 2 days, everything should be fine. And Manaswini, Kavya, Faras, and Gautam Govind, isn't it? All the best to all 4 of you.
Shall we end the meeting, ma'am?
Yes, we can end the meeting.
Thank you.